Drayton here. Welcome to the Dray Way. I'm glad you're here. We got a good show for you today. You pulled up at the right time. So grab your sandwich, grab your chair. Come on, pull on up. We got a really good show today. Let's get started. Let's go! Welcome to the Dray Way. I'm glad you're here. I am Drayton Nay. I am your host, and I'm glad you're here. Hit the subscribe button, will you please? What else have you got to do? Besides, you get to hang out with me every single day if you hit the subscribe button. Every day. I mean, come on. Sounds like a deal, right? But what's going on? What's the news? Walmart says, please stop. Yes, Walmart is on its hands and knees saying, please rip out these machines. We can no longer have people check out themselves because they are robbing us blind. I know I'm not supposed to laugh, but oh my gosh. Walmart has discovered that in areas where people don't have money, they have a tendency not to pay for things. Can you believe that? Let me say that again. Walmart has figured out that having self-checkout in areas where people don't have money is a bad idea. I know I'm not supposed to be laughing. I know, but I just find that funny. Duh, duh. I mean, literally you got people at Walmart going, I don't understand this. I mean, these people are just, they're just not even checking out. They're just putting stuff in the bag and leaving. You put them in charge of doing this. You're the one that did it. You're the one that was like, you know what? We don't want to pay our cashiers. Let's make people do it themselves. You thought you were saving money, huh? Wrong. You haven't saved squat. In fact, it's cost you even more money because people without money, hey, Walmart, guess what? People without money, they don't want to pay for shit. I'm having way too much fun, aren't I? I'm having way too much fun. But yeah, that's Walmart literally is pulling out the self-checkout Cleveland, areas of Missouri, Mississippi. I mean, wherever people are broke, Walmart has decided we need cashiers. We can't depend on people to ring the stuff up. Does that tell you what type of economy we are in? Does that tell you, I mean, just how bad things are getting when people are going to Walmart and going, yeah, I'm not paying for this stuff. I'm just walking out the door. I'm not, I could ring that in, but nah, I don't think so. And let me grab the hamburger and the filet mignon. Let's run the hamburger across, but dump the filet mignon at the same time. I mean, and what is the police going to do? Because Walmart is like, look, we have video proof of this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. And the police is like, you want us to arrest everyone? You want us to arrest the entire store? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing, but it's it's the times that we are in. And Walmart, to be honest with you, shame on you to begin with. I think the 1 year numbers came in for Costco. The turnover in 1 year at Costco is 7%. 7, a single digit, 7. Do you know what the turnover in 1 year is at Walmart? 70%. Yeah, not 7, 70. So why would that be? Why would you have massive turnover at Walmart because Walmart doesn't pay. Walmart doesn't just flat out does not pay their employees. Now, if you go to Costco, everybody's sharp. Everybody knows what they're doing because they want to keep that job. That's a good paying job with good benefits, and they all know it. So guess what? They treat the customers and the store like it's the end all be all because it is for them. Try going to a Walmart sometime. I'm trying not to laugh. I really am. But have you been to a Walmart lately? And have you talked to one of their employees in any way, shape, fashion, or form, found them to be helpful in any way? Yeah. Because in all likelihood, that employee's been there 3 weeks. Yeah, that seems to be every time, and I avoid Walmart like the plague. But occasionally, they seem to be the only store that sells my Arid Extra Dry. I'm a product of the 80s and 90s, so I still use the same deodorant that I used back in the 80s and 90s. It's Arid Extra Dry in the blue can. And the only person that seems to sell the damn thing is Walmart. Luckily, I can go now online and order it. But, every once in a while, I'd go, man, I need deodorant, so I got to go into Walmart. And, oh my gosh, what a horrible, it's just a bad experience every single time I go. Every single time I go. So I just found it really interesting today to look at the articles and everything and listen to all the people at Walmart be like, yeah, we just, the theft is just outrageous and the police can't help us. Yet the police can't arrest the whole town, because the whole town is suffering. So the whole town's going to Walmart and going, yeah, I'm not scanning that. I'm not scanning that either. That's kind of expensive. That's $12. Yeah, I'm not scanning that. I'll scan this. It's 85 cents. I'll scan that. Oh. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. How bad is it? Put what you think in the comments, but how bad is it when Walmart has to literally close down the self-checkout because they're getting ripped off so bad? Let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Dray Way. Don't go anywhere. Part 2 coming up right after this. Okay. We bombed Iran. For what reason, I have no idea. Iran did not attack us. Iran did not do anything to us. If anybody knows what Iran did to the United States, I'd like to hear about it. But yeah, we just got involved in a war that we have no business being in whatsoever. That's just my personal opinion. We have now put tens of thousands of Americans at risk. And for what reason? Because Israel says and continues to say year after year after year after year that Iran is this close to a nuclear weapon. They're this close. It's so that close. Oh, it could be one day. It could be 2. I heard that last year, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that, the year before that. And now we just threw a bunch of Tomahawk missiles and a bunch of deep underground shooting missiles, whatever the heck they're called. I don't remember. But those things are expensive. I think in just that little attack, we spent, a couple of $100 million like that? Like that. Couple $100 million. There it goes. Yeah. What's the big deal? And for what reason? No one's telling me. What's our mission? What's our goal? We don't have one. If we do you know what it is? What our mission and goal is now? And are we now done? Are we now finished? Do we know? I'm just curious because I got questions. Don't you have questions? I mean, if we're going to start bombing countries, don't you have questions? Don't you want to know exactly what we're doing and why we're doing it? And what's part 2, part 3, part 4? I mean, what exactly are we doing? Did we just do those bombs that one time? That was it? It was just a one-time bombing? Now we want peace? Now that we've bombed the living crap out of you, now we want peace. Does that work? How does that work? You know? And now when Iran responds and Americans die, then what? Then what are we going to do? You can see how this is a problem. This is a real problem. Because now, what happens when Iran responds? What happens if they do hit a military base? What happens if they do, knock out a ship? Because in all likelihood, if Iran is going to feel really threatened, in all likelihood, they're going to attack the oil. They're probably going to bomb Iraqi oil fields. And that'll shoot oil prices. Oil prices could go over $100 tomorrow. This fast. Boom. It could go from 75 to 100 like that. And what do you think that's going to do to gasoline at the pump here in America? Woo-hoo, doggy. Woo-hoo, doggy. And you know how Americans love high gas prices. So, yeah, I am very curious to see how the next couple of days go. All I can say is I really love owning gold. My gold keeps going higher and higher and higher. We talked about this months ago. Buy gold, buy gold, buy gold. And, here it is heading towards $4,000 now. $4,000 an ounce. Did you think you'd ever see that? But that's where it's heading. It's heading to $4,000. And that's thanks to Donald Trump. Yeah, that's because Donald Trump is so dangerous, so unpredictable that, the flight to safety is gold. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't go anywhere. The final thoughts coming up. Part 3. Stay right with me. 'Tis the season for people to get laid off. And it's going to be done, it's being done quietly. Quietly, more and more people are getting laid off. And that is a huge problem for the housing market. As you know, you already have companies getting rid of houses. People can't sell their house. People are doing everything right now to get out of their house. Some people just simply can't afford their house. But things are getting really, really crazy in the job market because companies are starting to cut back. Start looking at all the layoffs that are happening week after week after week. It's a few thousand jobs here, few thousand there. But after a few weeks, it starts to really add up. And just finding another job like that it's not a thing. It's not happening. It's not real. You can't just get fired tomorrow and just snap up another job. And all of these people, thousands and thousands and thousands of these people, they have house mortgages. They have bills. And when you can't just immediately flip and get another job, that puts you at risk. Now you're talking about losing your house. And that's happening in ever increasing numbers across the country. And it's going to get alarming. That's why I want you to laser focus on layoffs over the next few months, because I expect to see a lot of them. I think we're going to see a lot of layoffs. And with the layoffs is going to come foreclosures. And it's not something we've really had to talk about the last couple of years because really the last few, because there were all types of programs to, let's push it back. We'll just put these payments on the end. We'll just do this. We'll just do that. Yeah, that's all over with. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. So now foreclosures are happening at an ever increasing rate. And why it may not be the year of foreclosures in 2025, I can tell you with certainty that next year will be the year of foreclosures. You will see a massive increase in foreclosures next year, even compared to this year. And up, foreclosures are up in areas 20, 30, 40%. Like in Vegas, up 40% from last year. But I think that's nothing. I think next year we could be up over 100%. Right, over 100%. So, and I think you could see that across the country. I think you could see that in many different areas across the country. Because once the job market shows any weakness, Once the job market starts laying off people to any type of numbers, you are going to see a huge, massive domino effect. And I mean huge. And it could lead to an absolute economy collapse. I know. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to let you know that really pay attention to the layoffs over the next few months. Really pay attention to what's going on, because just one domino could just lead to hundreds falling. And I'm afraid the job market is just not strong enough now to sustain any type of hit. And I think this is the economy where it could just all unravel and unravel quickly. So that's why you got to be here at the Dray Way, checking it out every day, and I'll keep you abreast of what's going on. If you have a comment, go ahead and leave it. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'm going to have to show more leg. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget, a new Dray Way every day. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Dray Way.